Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Ben the Human Plays Vagrus The Riven Realms. I said last time we were gonna go north. I guess I didn't say north, but I said we were going to the caverns of Karav, which is as far north as you can get in this region. So that's where we've gone. I've been attacked by bats. If you're wondering where the caverns are, if you get to Doomgarak, follow the road. You can kind of see it down here. Follow the stone road, and then you'll see it kind of to the north next to the stairs. How many dudes are we fighting? We're fighting 21 guys? Oh my god. Alright, barricades. Boost the barricades. That makes quite a big difference, and it makes us no longer possibly able to critically fail. And then we try to cull their leaders. But I think they're all the same. I think they're just a bunch of bats. I think I want to try and pull Javik out. Where's Harvik? There he is. And try to throw Harvik in here. Just see how this goes. I'm curious. Let's try to stun, like, this right-hand side guy. You leap forward and try to kill the dude in front of you. And then you boost Nadir so she can ward the whole field. I have a feeling, I think they have a lunge ability or something like that. Gorgora, rush forward. Hit that guy right in the chest. And then I think we throw our wards on the right side. Evade what? I've been death shrieked. Things have happened. He missed me. You buffeted me. What does this do? Force shield. I've never used force shield. Let's try it. That's a fun one. Does that mean they can't hurt me? He's gonna swoop me again. Ooh, crit. Nice. And then the wards. You know what? Why don't we lunge and take place with, That's no good. Swap with Finderath because she's better at the back. Stop buffeting me. Ow. Try to kill that guy at the back who's got like the least amount of HP. These guys are not fun to fight. I've definitely had trouble with them before. Nice crit. No stun though, which is unfortunate. I've been swooped. What are you gonna do? Buffet me? Yep. Honestly, that's fine. You can rush forward. Maybe we rush forward here. Hit this dude. Nice for 8. Ow. At least your armor is holding true. I meant to chain lightning you, not thunderbolt. Swap places. Burn everybody. Kill this guy in the middle. Good job, Hawk. Burn these guys. All right, two down. Owie. Shred. You're gonna swoop, I bet. Oh, he just moved. Get killed. Now, you boost Nadir so she can fire a firebolt off again. I'm glad you decided to step onto the trap, sir. Good kill. Try to wound this guy in the middle. That guy burned to death. Good. Oh, he lived. It made the sound like he was gonna die. I don't know how that happened. All right, that went pretty well. A drawn-out fight, but not too bad. 2 of our guards have been wounded, and Ren is downed. We don't have to pursue. Give our people time to heal up. All right, they recovered. Fantastic news. And I don't think I can take any of this stuff with me anyway. So we will have to dump all of it. Although we did get to replenish all of our food, or most of our food, I should say. All right, to the caverns. Stop interrupting me. Okay. So the Sons of the Mountain, or whatever they're called, are a group of dwarves, I believe. So, high above you, on an imposing mountain face, looms, shadowed only by towering volcanic giants set against the horizon beyond. At the mountain's base, the mouth of a large cavern rests agape, and it is in the mouth that at least 20 men stand. Each is equipped with primitive weaponry and armor fashioned from scrap. Most are bearded and hold metal shields close in a decidedly defensive manner. A single man stands at the front of this dedicated retinue. His long alabaster beard is braided and falls past his chest. As he moves towards you, ostensibly eager to see who you are and why you have come, two staunchly armed warriors flank him. Both men carry large shields and appear to have one-handed axes strung to their waists. Their hands hover close to their weapons, and before their leader speaks, he appraises you with discerning eyes. "Identify yourselves," he commands. "You have entered the territory of the Sons of the Mountain and Thane Bartharas, rightful ruler of Vonarud, and Vonarud's steward does not take kindly to unwelcome guests." Considering the circumstances closely, you give the man your name and identify yourself in good faith. He narrows his perceptive eyes, deliberating on his response for but a moment. An uneasy silence draws out. "We have heard of your coming, and the Thane would meet you at once." The bearded fellow who leads the imposing band of warriors relaxes somewhat and beckons you forward. A subtle signal to the comitatus behind you indicates your intention to have them stay vigilant. In mere moments, he is holding out his hand to shake yours, so you take it. The handshake is firm and consists of a single jerk after you clasp his hand. Then he speaks once more, his eyes unwaveringly locked on yours. "I am Gom Hammerhand. Hammerhand? I am Gom Hammerhead, and I am responsible for our defenses. You are an outsider to Vonarud, so you must understand that these lands belong to the Thane. The Sons of the Mountain are their rightful rulers, inheriting the call to their stewardship from the dwarven kings that ruled them 1,000 years ago." He indicates the cave entrance. "You will come with me, though you may only bring your closest guard," he states stoically, after laying down the rules. Not one to back down in the face of peril. You accept, if for no other reason than because you have to, and Gom nods, gesturing for you to follow him into the cavern. "Come," he says plainly. Whoa! Look at the weird things. Gom Hammerhead leads you into the cavern while his entourage retreats inside it. Those who are not with him watch you and your companions with curiously cautious eyes. All around you are makeshift huts fashioned of stone and peculiar tablets that jut from the cavern's floor. Most have primitive tribal drawings, and after a moment you understand that they are meant to depict dwarven artwork. Whether or not they actually do is up for debate. Allowing your gaze to explore the caverns, you realize there might be hundreds of them in here. Many appear filthy, unkempt, and feral even. Ugh. At length you reach a widened chamber. As it opens up, you are made aware that this is the aforementioned Thane's lair. The spacious cave chamber houses the Sons of the Mountain's most elite warriors, if they can be called that. Their weapons are rudimentary, and what armor they have shows poor workmanship, made of scavenged parts. They're dressed and groomed like the dwarves of old, or at least how a band of scavenging ragtag misfits imagines them. All sport serious beards and appear slightly feral. The short, muscular Thane sits atop an elevated section of rock where a dingy throne fashioned of scrap and bone has been erected. He watches you with scrutiny, and were he not a smidgen too short, his frame might be described as powerful, his presence imposing. Alas, it is not so. His hair and beard are most prominent, thick auburn locks are tied and groomed immaculately, setting the image of a true warrior. When his deep blue eyes meet yours, there is an intensity there that wants for nothing. Standing before the man himself, not a word is said. Instead, he merely nods to Gom Hammerhead and begins drumming his fingers on the arm of his throne of scrap. From this close, you notice one more peculiarity. The red-bearded leader appears to have a lazy eye. Well, that's not really his fault. "You stand now before the Thane Bartharas, ruler of Vonarud," Gom announces as if on cue. The tone and tenor of his voice have shifted. "He is the steward of these lands. Kneel before the Thane." It is a command. You can feel the gazes of countless sons on you, waiting for you to kneel before their leader. None makes any movements toward their weapon, yet there is a tangible tension in the cavern nonetheless. I'll do it. I am not a man to upset the apple cart. After you do, you soon find the Thane extending some courtesy. His muscled arm reaches out, and you clasp hands with the man while he scrutinizes you with his deep blue eyes. At last he relents, smiling broadly. "Aye, you have recognized authority when you see it," he says, nodding. "I am Thane Batharis. It is both my honor and that of the Sons of the Mountain to rule over these lands, tasked as we were with the legacy of the dwarves by Karav. It was he who led us to this very cavern more than a century ago. Now tell me, interloper, why have you come to Varnarud? We have not seen you before, although we have heard of your traipsing about." You tell the man you have a proposition. "Aye, but of course," he responds, grinning. "Then tell us, what do you propose? The Thane has much to attend to. You are lucky to have his audience at all," he observes. "No matter, speak of this proposition." You lay it out plainly and with confidence. You can help the Sons of the Mountain achieve dominance over these lands. They need only to vow to run the region peacefully when the dust has settled, and provide your partners with a steady influx of scrap. Doing so could help them establish trade with Scrap Heap and operate unfettered. They would not have to worry about the constant threat of the other scavenger gangs. The Thane's brow furrows, and he plays with the lock of his fiery beard. The short, sturdy bulk of a man appears lost in contemplation for a few moments. Then his deep blue eyes shift back to you. "Even if we were interested, we could not promise anything, not until you have proven yourself. The Sons value loyalty, tenacity, and ingenuity. Pledge to help us, and if you can, we will consider your offer." It pays to remind the Thane Batharis that they are not the only group of scavengers that would benefit from your allegiance. If you knew that what the Sons require of you, you would be more pliable to agree to the task. It is a subtle gesture of intent, yet the Thane appears not to care. "Make your choice. Either way, the Sons of the Mountain have already won. We are the rightful rulers of Varnarud. Thinking otherwise is foolish." There is an unshakable fervor in his voice that seems to have roused his nearby brethren. I don't really like these guys. Not telling me what they intend me to do, and then also just like saying they own everything carte blanche, makes me very hesitant to accept their deal. The people I'm leaning most towards helping are the Hollow Men in the Bastion, just because I feel like they have an order about them. And I think they could be reasoned with mostly. Like, their whole deal is like, they're here for penance for crimes they've done in the past. Like, sure, you can do whatever you want, but you need to be able to, like, work with people. I feel like these guys would be very difficult to work with, because they'd just be like, we're the rightful rulers, you do what we say. So I'm hesitant to promise anything to them, especially when they're like, we won't tell you what we want you to do. Thane Batharis gives you a hard look and nods ever so slightly. His expression is stoic and unreadable. "Aye, very well. Understand that the Thane is a busy man. As a steward of these lands, he has much to do," he says, restating his authority. "Should you choose to ally with us, there is much that you, too, could gain. The Sons are gifted craftsmen and prospectors. We have much to offer." I don't believe that, considering your armor seems to suck greatly. You tell him that you will consider it and return. At length, you leave the cavern, returning to the Comitatus alongside your companions. However ragtag or ill-equipped they are, the Sons of the Mountains are a formidable force out here, and you would do well to think about your options. Your commies welcome you back outside the cavern. Okay, well, we have things to think about. There is a Manzio here, which is kind of nice. Does that mean we can stock up on food? Sure can. All right, we've done it. And then mining equipment, which I don't really need. So, I wonder if I should just sell my mountaineering gear. Anyway, let's rest up here. You can't rest here. Shocking. Another reason not to stay with these people. Their accommodations are garbage. All right, people have healed up. Okay, so now that we have met the three groups, like I said, I'm leaning towards the Hollow Men in the Bastion. I think we want to head back to Scrap Heap and try our best to... Well, we'll talk with our buddy down in Scrap Heap, and maybe he'll give us more insight on the different squads. But otherwise, I think I've kind of made up my mind about who I want to work with. If if they have other stuff to tell me, I might listen. I might not. I'm a mercurial guy. I don't think we need to go back to Doom Garak yet. Rising temperatures and people are suffering. How did we fare? We succeeded, but we did lose a vigor. Understood. Go a little force march here. Try to get the vigor back with some no guarded mode. So far, I haven't been punished for going no guarded. I know that could be a little dangerous when I have such, like, I'm used to going no guard mode when I have like 40 soldiers. I have like a small army at my disposal. But so far, I haven't been punished. Speak of the devil. Well, we would like to barricade. Max that out. Call their ranks. Ooh, what if we did defensive and shield wall? See how that fight goes? Try that. I still got really wounded. How badly did I roll? All right, they're leaving. No need to pursue. Let's give our people time. No, we rolled a success. Still, they kicked the crap out of us. All right, you guys recovered. Krifta did not. Got some food at least. Killed or wounded. I remember when I first started playing this game. Ooh, we got a bone. When I first started playing this game and my companions got wounded in like a Comitatus combat, and it said killed or wounded, I was like, they're just straight up dead. They meant killed or wounded. I'm having a dream. You're standing in a glade of dark trees surrounded by thick tangled vines and hanging moss. It is dark, very dark, and the night sky is obscured by the dense foliage above your head. The only source of light seems to be ahead of you in a clearing, a faint blue shimmering that dances in the air, but you cannot make out anything beyond that. The constant whispering is back, and it feels as if the voices are calling you to come closer. You are aware that you are dreaming. This is a place you have visited before. Is this the same dream we've had like a million times? Walk towards the light. You enter the gloomy clearing lit by strange dancing pale blue orbs of light. The foliage is less thick here, and you are surprised to see a set of delicately carved gravestones among the tall grass. They are sculpted of dark stone and are covered by decoration mimicking foliage, vines, branches, and canopy. Strange, elegant letters curve around the fine shapes. However, the earth was recently disturbed and the graves are upturned, tracks leading away from the clearing and into the forest. The perpetrators stomped around carelessly but are nowhere to be seen. Suddenly, you become aware of the sound of crying and see a woman entering the clearing. Her form is blurry as if engulfed in shifting shadows, but you can recognize her terrible gleaming eyes from your previous dreams. She sinks to her knees and weeps quietly. Her sorrow is so strong that every bone in your body aches for her. Beraeg Ifn, she sighs, looking at the desolation surrounding her. Through the shadows around her delicate frame, you can see glimpses of a magnificent regalia and beautiful features. The dream shifts and turns. I don't remember this dream. Maybe I have read this before, but I do not remember it. You find yourself at the edge of the forest again, but as you turn around, your jaw drops. A vast white marble city lies at the foot of the tall hill on which you now stand. Pale blue lights twinkle under the night sky and music is in the air. You hear a heartbreakingly beautiful singing voice echoing through the streets. Then you look up at the sky when you feel something is off. The heavens have changed color all of a sudden, from a star-studded sable to sickly gray. Clouds appear out of thin air and the moon turns red as blood. Your heart sinks and the song below turns into a scream. You wake up and you're with a stinging headache, the horrid scream still ringing in your ears. It takes a few minutes for you to fully recover. Huh. Well, what the heck was that about? Unknown. Krifta lost loyalty. I'll just give her some poison. Back to town we go. At least they don't make you kind of faff around with your crew size when you're going back down the mountain. I know they only take like 40 up the mountain, but that's fine. Let's sell these bones. I don't need them. Ooh, there's some missions, you don't say. Procure goods for the Hollow Men and distribute for the Wasteland Stalkers. So what would this entail? Deliver obsidian to the Bastion. I could do that. That wouldn't be so hard. All right, let's go talk to our guy real quick at the Wraith Stash. Yeah, we want to talk to Narbo. Maybe we'll seek out Sable Kara next time and talk to her about her plans for the town. Paid a visit to Narbo in his back room. Report about your encounter with the mountain scavengers. Narbo listens to your account of your encounter with the scavengers of Arnarud. Once it is concluded, he nods in approval. Bloody fine work, Vagrus, he says, biting his lip. I'll leave this matter in your capable hands then. Ingratiate yourself with the bastards. Earn their trust. Do what's necessary. Within reason, of course, though you're the kind of person who knows what's best in this matter. But our work is only done once you gain your trust fully and they agree to sit down with me and the new sovereign. You agree. Agreeing, you ask Narbo about his part in the rest of the candidates. I've been busy myself, he hastens to clarify. Convinced a candidate to step down. 'Twas a new one, a fellow merchant, not a very serious contender. Not serious enough to have the guts for this business. Only 5 remain. Vriss, Atia, Sable Kara, Decimus, and someone who has surfaced from the shitpile he's been hiding in since we last spoke. Lathra. You ask Narbo who that is. In short, an agitator and a traitor, the entrepreneur replies. Used to be an Iron God warrior, but whined pretty much about everything. You can get the details from Vern if you're interested with that stuff. Anyway, he's back now and has convinced a bunch of fools to follow him. It's disheartening as fuck to see people fall for this shit, but I can't say I'm surprised. Power to the people, truth to everyone. That's that sort of crap. Like that's gonna make him starve less. Anyway, we've got to get rid of Lathra as he might derail things. And here's what I need to do. When you get back to the mountain, ask your gang pals what they know about the man's dealings in Vanarud. Curious, you press Narbo about Lathra's connection to the mountains. See, after he was kicked out of the guard, he ended up there, the merchant explains. I did some digging and some say he did some shit in Vanarud. I reckon the gangs might know about it. I'll keep digging in the meantime, too. You tell Narbo that you shall and ask him about the other candidates. Next up, we got Decimus, the effing bastard. Narbo grits his teeth. He's so entrenched in his cozy little hole right here in this neighborhood that I can't pluck him out of there. He's got tough bodyguards too. And worse, the people around here don't dare speak up against him. Not even about him. We gotta take him out though, permanently. Out of all the rest of them, he's the most dangerous, and he'll move against us soon. You tell to Narbo that you have to draw the capo out somehow. Exactly, he says, and nods sagely. So while I'm looking into this myself, you could ask around the market and whatever else you deem fit. People are not afraid enough of me, but they might talk to you. When you learn enough, we reconvene and see how to proceed, eh? When you tell him that you will, Narbo slaps his palms together. Scrumptious, he claims. I don't know if you know what that word means, sir. That leaves us with Kara and the Well-Diggers. You raising an eyebrow, you encourage Narbo to elaborate. Don't worry about Kara, I got that one, the entrepreneur says, licking his lips. She'll see reason and step back when the time is right once I'll say my piece. And so did the Well-Diggers. It's the name of a local guild of sort. They've been around forever, allegedly formed from the leftovers of the first Imperial expedition to this place. As the name suggests, they dig wells, but it's more than that. They know how to cultivate crops, find water sources. They fed many people in this town during the worst of times. You can imagine the tremendous influence they have, eh? Well had. They tell me that this isolationism got to them, and they either rebuild now or sink into oblivion. You nod and posit that is where you come in. Aye, you're the clever one, Narbo says with a grin. You ask the merchant what the Well-Diggers require of you, actually. They'll tell you themselves, Narbo states and shrugs. When they heard you can travel to Terra Supra by sorcerous ways, they became intrigued. Whatever they ask, aid them, partner. They are our key to Kingmaking. Let me know if you need any help with any of it. Promising Narbo that you shall, you ask him if there is anything else. Nay, what? Were you hoping for more? The entrepreneur chuckles heartily. That said, we've got a lot on our hands, so feel free to drop by any time to discuss things. When all of this is done, we'll reconvene and set the final part of the plan in motion. Until then, we don't have to decide which candidate we want to back from the siblings. Narbo is not wrong. You have a lot on your plate, and it's time to start working on it. You consider your next move. All right. Gain some insight. That's kind of nice. Let's leave. Head back to leave the race stash, leave the market district. Okay, we will pause the episode there. Looks like we got a lot of updates here. We got Kingmaker update. So we have to, I think we'll lean into the Hollow Men. That's my plan. We got the Matter of Honor, which means we have to let them know about Lathra's misdeeds, so we'll talk to the Hollow Men when we go tell them our decision. Gather enough of information about Decimus in and around Scrap Heap, so we'll try to do that next episode, and then talk to the Well Diggers in the Market District as well. So we'll try that next time. If you guys enjoyed the episode, please click the like button, it helps me out a lot. If you want to see more episodes of Vagrus The Riven Realms, or the other videos I have going on the channel, subscribe to the channel, make sure you have your notifications on so you know when the next videos go live. But until next time, everybody, I hope you had a good one, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye, everybody!